Reel?
Yeah, blooper reel starting now. This is officially starting, so we can start editing.
Thanks guys for coming. Thank you. First, my question is for Sonia. Could you tell us a little bit about how you were raised and about how you were raised here in the U.S. with them being first generation Chinese? Your parents?
I don't really know like how to compare it because I just know what I know, but I guess like, comparing it with my friends growing up, just first of all, like the language, like I come home and I'd speak Chinese to my parents, and then at school I'd speak English, and the language was different. The food, like sometimes I'll take rice for lunch, and my friends will look at me and be like, what are you eating? So there's also that. I'm trying to mesh everything, like my interactions, my food, my culture, language, and also trying to merge, traditions like the holidays, like Chinese New Year. We're not supposed to wear black or gray or blue, and then Chinese New Year on a school day, and I'm dressed like, like a Kool-Aid. I'm all in red because it's a lucky color, and that's all I can wear that day. What are you doing? So, yeah, like growing up it was kind of uncomfortable, but as you get older, you kind of realize like this is who I am. Just appreciate it, live with it, and yeah.
That's great. Did you have any particular schedule growing up or certain routines, your daily, weekly, monthly, that were different or the same?
I don't really know if it's any different, but just comparing again with my friends, like on weekends, my mom took me to math school, woo, stereotype. So we had math classes, piano, arts, and dance, ballet, like whatever my mom can like put my sister and I in, like we did, like we had not a lot of free time just because my mom thinks if she were to just keep us busy then we wouldn't get into trouble. So yeah, so that was my schedule. Like after school we'd always have at least one activity, and then on weekends it would either be like art classes, piano classes, Chinese school on Sundays. I didn't learn anything from that, but it was something.
Yeah, a lot of a productive schedule of routine.
She kept us going.
Yeah, that's great. What was it like for you to make friends? I know you talked earlier about how your cultures kind of, you learned to adapt and have both.
Yeah, maybe. When we were, being kids, you don't really know what's right and what's wrong, but you just kind of knew, like in school, you knew there was the cool kid group and like the nerdy kid group, and I guess I knew this is not so much culture, but just like me, I was kind of like in the nerdy kid group, only, I don't know, like, that was just me. I don't know if really culture really affected that. But in college, like, that was a bigger thing because UW is huge and there's a huge Asian population there, and so, I mean, the friends that I make there are predominantly Asian or have some like cultural background because of just like the population there. And it's funny, like my main group of friends, 6 of us are Asian, there's one white girl. She always feels like the minority, we're all hanging out, but I mean, it's interesting how that kind of shifted as I grew up. But
was that a good experience? Like, did you?
Didn't think it was bad or good. It was just, I get along with her.
Yeah.
I get along with him. We're friends,
Right.
That never really crossed my mind. Like, it never really impacted anything.
Do you identify more with your Chinese roots or your American roots?
I don't know. Like, it's both. I would say more American. Because that's just where I grew up. Just things that just the environment that I live in. I did go to China a couple of years ago, and it was just a total culture shock. Like, just not what I expected. You watch a movie and you're like, oh, that's what you're expecting, the Great Wall and, the street markets, and then you get there and you actually experience, oh my God, it's so dirty, I'm gonna get out of here. The culture shock, yeah. So I think I'm more American than I am Chinese, even though I try to bring as much keep as much of it as I can in my own life. Like Chinese New Year's coming up, and I just asked day is it? What am I supposed to wear? What am I supposed to eat? And we're trying to infuse Tate in with it too
Yeah.
to bring him in. So
You're kind of what they call a third culture kid.
Yeah.
Adult, where you have a culture from your home country, a culture from the country you grew up in, and then a culture within your home here.
Yeah,
So there's
exactly. There we
three
go.
different dimensions. to it.
Yeah.
Cool. And that kind of goes along with what does it mean to grow up in a house whose culture is different from the country in which you originally came? And where did you grow up, by the way?
Seattle, Kirkland,
Okay.
here. Yeah.
So the differences, or the similarities again, like, was it, were you raised very differently in the house, or from, different from here than what you would have been raised like in China?
That's interesting.
Especially being a female as opposed to a male.
Yeah, I
Because in
think.
China, if you're raised in China, there's the differences within a
Yeah,
boy and girl.
Boy-girl difference.
Here, there's no difference. So
Yeah, I think here it's given me, a lot more opportunities than growing up in China, I think. Only because of the boy-girl thing, how Asians, or at least Chinese people, traditional Chinese people, think that boys are more, worth more than girls. Like, they get to go to school, they get to, they're basically put on a pedestal, and girls are just kind of swept underneath the rug. That's just what I think.
Okay. You talked a little bit about the activities that you were involved in, dance and the math on the weekends, and was that what you said? Could you explain a little bit about why that was important to your family?
It was just growing up, like, my parents have always, made sure we knew that education was important. So regardless of, money or anything, it was always like, oh, you gotta learn. Like, every opportunity that comes up is like, they spin it into like a learning thing, like, oh, you fell, but okay, what did you learn? How can you improve next time? Okay, what would you do differently? You don't ride your bike as fast. I guess that's like everybody, all parents, but yeah, if there's free time, like if we had like a free weekend, my mom would be like, oh, let's go to the Seattle Center because they have like some multicultural event there, and we watch like Korean dancing or something like that in the auditorium or something. So she always like kept us going because every minute you're awake, you should be learning.
Wow.
what about me being your husband? What about, I didn't know that you did math as an actual class, and we all think math, we're talking about this in class the other day, that when you think of Chinese people, you think of they're really good at math. So why is that such a stereotype?
I don't know. Growing up.
Do you even use math in your
He's a
education?
calculator.
Right. So why would your mother
I think it's just
force math on you?
just like the brain power, like mental math. Like, you're standing there, and, the other day Tate and I were on with Stairmaster with our personal trainer, and the Stairmaster kind of like goofed up or whatever and lost track of how many stairs we've done. But Tate was like, oh, we've done 24, and then it restarted. And so anyways, like, I'm on it. I'm like, okay, we've done 24 already, and like I'm doing 36 right now. Like, mental math. Like, it's just like using your whatever side of the brain it is. I don't even know. Yeah, me neither.
I try to ignore this.
Yeah. Whatever takes the pain away, I'll use it.
But it's more like
Yeah,
process of not elimination, but I mean it's just to be able to just think on your toes, kind of like that is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Instead of like relying on like devices and modern day technology, it's like, okay, back to the old school ways, because Chinese people are a little more traditional, like use your brain, use your resources, don't depend so much on technology kind of thing, like math.
It's very opposite from.
Yeah, I use a calculator though, but.
Did you experience any type of stereotypes or racism growing up in your school? How did that affect you?
No, luckily, like, growing up in Kirkland, people weren't very judgmental or stereotyped or bullied at all. And all my classmates were great. The teachers were great. The school system, the school district was great. Like I'm sure if I was raised in like the Bronx or like I don't know Oakland or something, I'm sure it'd be totally different. But I don't know of any differences. Really, like growing up, you're just kind of naive, really, to anything. You just think, oh, that girl's nice. Oh, I'm gonna be her friend. I want to go play with her after school.
Yeah.
So.
Kids don't really have
Yeah,
that.
they don't really think about it until later when you start to be more aware of it. But just like the area that I grew up in, it wasn't really ever a factor or
Yeah.
anything.
That's good. So, May, I have a question for you. Do you feel you were given the same opportunities being of Asian descent as a typical everyday American? Can you explain any differences or similarities?
내가 딱 애들도 나와서 애들도 di美国的人yeah.
I think no. Because in America, they already say everything. Everything is equal. So why every Chinese people and Hong Kong people to try to come here? Because in Hong Kong or China, the government is strict. So the person in Hong Kong or China, everybody try to get the young kid something come in America or Vancouver, let them have a good future. Because in here, education, everything free. Kindergarten and high school, they don't need pay. But over there, you need to pay. And the parents over there, they earn the money not enough for the children. And they had no birth control long time ago. They had many more kids. And then when the men go outside earn the money, the woman stay at home, take care of kids. Hard to spend the money because money not enough. So the kid mostly, they only graduate from the elementary school and then no more high school.
So that's interesting. You said
So like that.
Yeah.
kindergarten, elementary school,
And then no more high school.
they have to pay for that?
They need to pay.
Is it expensive?
Elementary school too.
Wow.
They need to pay. Long time ago, when my family is very poor, my mother had sick kid. The father only working outside, not enough money. And then sometimes no money paid to school, the principal say, go home, because you have no school fee. So my mom need to go to borrow some money to me and pay back for the school, and then I go to school. So after when I graduate elementary school, I cannot go to high school. My mom say, we have many more children, you're a girl. Let the boy go to school first. Because boy is the follow last name. So almost girl at home, no school. But we try to earn the money because the family is very poor. And then we try to earn the money, but you only have 13 years old, you cannot work outside. And then we borrow somebody ID card when they are 18 years old or something, they have no picture. We borrow the card, go to the manufacturing, working the electronic or something, earn $6 per day, working 8 hours, something like that.
Wow.
Help the family.
Wow.
So we try like that, and then we try to come here if we can, and let the children more good for us.
Yeah.
So why pull my girl, go, learn,
Yeah.
don't stay at home. You need to better that your mother and father or something like that.
Well, that explains a lot why you
Yeah.
value what you
Yeah.
do. Yeah. Thank
But
you.
I'm lucky being in China more poor than us. Because China sometimes in a village, very small village, there's no food to eat, no education, no everything. The parents just go outside for the firm, pending something, just like that.
Wow.
So they still lucky.
Wow. Thank you guys very much for
Yeah.
being here to talk. And
Thanks for the opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still like in this country, because they let the kid have a free education, everything is free.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they can, when they go to college, they can borrow money or something. But in Hong Kong, something long time ago, no. I don't know now, but long time ago, the government, no money borrowed for the kid go to school or something. So if they are in Hong Kong or China, cannot go to high school, college or something like that. Not easy.
Yeah.
Do you want to, we can edit this part out, do you want to ask her, because I think having her speak is really good.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask her that last question about raising her here as opposed to how it will be raising her in China? Because I'd like to hear that too. Do you see that one?
Yeah.
Because then we can edit one of hers out
Sure.
and use May's, if that makes sense. She's got a lot
What were
of
the
insight.
differences in schooling that you noticed your daughters?
Just ask, so.
You can ask
just-
a few of them, we can edit this down.
Yeah, so ask her how raising her two daughters in the United States would be different than raising them in China.
Okay.
What the differences and similarities would be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because obviously there's more opportunity here, or is there, kind of a thing? She
Yeah.
kind of explained that, but.
Right. So you spoke a little bit about that, but what would have been the differences you raising Sonia and your sister here rather than in China?
If in Hong Kong, I'm thinking I cannot let them learn everything. They have not enough money.
Yeah.
Because I need to stay at home, take care of them, and then in Hong Kong, the woman, when you marry, you have to get out, get a job outside. But in here, if the kid at home, if some neighbor watch them, I had chance to work outside, earn the money, so like that. So when they are in America, they help me a lot. When I go to work, they are not go outside, they lock the door. Somebody call them, they say, Mom, sleeping. Because I explain to them, Mom need to add more money, help the family, help you go learning something for good education. You must stay at home. When somebody ring the bell, don't go outside. When you go everywhere, you need to talk to me. Don't by yourself or something. I don't want to lose you or something like that. They both very good. They stay at home. Yeah.
Good job. What were your experiences raising them with your first culture being Chinese? How was it raising two daughters here when you look outside and it's different and the kids they go to school with are American and you want to hold on to your heritage? How did she balance that?
你喺呢度湊我哋嗰陣時，你係中國人，但係你走嗰陣時係美，之後你走出門口嗰陣時係美國，你有啲咩分別？
Or I almost using my Chinese traditional. I know America is very good, but many more freedom for the children and something. So I compare this is good or not good for her. If no good, I say no because they're still young. They need to follow my order. I say no, they know. If they I say yeah, they yes. And like sometime when they elementary school, her classmate or something, the parents ask them go to her house overnight. I say no. And then they say why? I say in Chinese, they don't want the girl to go outside overnight because you're young, you don't know what they are, the family. And then they crying, they ask you with me, but I still say no, don't care.
That's great.
Yeah, after about 3 or 4 years, I know that neighbor very good, and then we know each other, and then they ask again. I say, okay, overnight one and that one, but don't go outside again. I don't know the parents, they still good also, and then they very happy. So I like America, but I almost compare they are good or no good. The style sometimes they are different for the Chinese one. Chinese one they very traditional, but American one they little bit freedom for the children or something. But I like America too, but I still let them have a little bit Chinese traditional.
Yeah, you're very discerning.
Yeah, let them more understand, so better for them.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
So now we gotta do like a 30-second, each of us, kind of a, because we have to be in front of the camera too, right? for that one.
I don't know anything about that, but
Yeah,
we could edit that in later also.
No, it's supposed to be a 5-minute video.
2 minutes of which are us.
Yeah, 2 minutes of us referring
Just
back to what we
talking
just
about
learned.
what we learned and what we appreciated.
Wow, that's gonna be an interesting editing job. on 20
The
minutes
whole
video.
thing's supposed to be only 5 minutes. Yeah. So, I mean, I can shoot.
I think she's gonna
So
have to-
I got a question. Who's going north on 405?
I am.
From here? Are you? Can you drop me off? Well, I'm literally the next exit from
Yeah,
here.
sure.
Do you guys want to go? Because it's already 11:30.
Oh, you live with anyone?
Yeah.
Oh, I go to
Oh.
work.
Yeah.
We go to work in Joe.
I'll start.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Bye, guys. Nice meeting you.
Bye,
Bye.
It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, thank
See
you
you.
so much.
I'll
So,
start here.
Cool.
Sonia, it was really good to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys too.
Excellent.
Thanks for,
Sorry,
thanks
I don't
again
think so.
for
No,
adjusting your
that's
schedule to my
great.
mom's schedule.
No, thank you.
Okay, I will text you.
Have a good
If you have
day.
question, talk to him, let him talk to me.
Got it.
bye.
Bye-bye, have a nice Saturday. See you, see
That's
you.
all.
Bye.
I think that was,
Those questions were gonna take.
It's 20
They were
minutes
good.
video.
yeah.
The video is only supposed to be 5 minutes.
At least we
That's what it
don't lack
says.
content.
I think she's gonna have to get a little more content than that. And we'll like butcher, we'll get like 2 questions on the video.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was worried about, was are we supposed to have all 11 questions? Because there's no way we could shorten that into.
That's a good question, actually.
Do you want me to
We should
stop
ask
the
her that.
recording?
Because we turned
No
in,
way.
we turned
What?
in,
Yeah, I guess. Stop it.
we turned in 11, we already turned in our.
I think that might